Hi friends, welcome back, or if this is your first time watching, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Today we are going to be reading and talking about books per usual, and I kind of want to take you with me. This is most likely going to be just a reading vlog. I'm going to be cozy, I'm going to be reading. There's not going to be a whole lot going on. We are a little less than halfway through the month of June. Do not ask me where I am on my TBR, please. I finished Hideaway by Penelope Douglas a couple days ago. I read Corrupt like 2 years ago and never continued on in the series because at the time I guess it just didn't hook me. I decided randomly that I wanted to read Hideaway just to see if I would like it because I kept seeing the series everywhere. And then I met Kai Mori, and is there really anything else that needs to be said? I devoured Hideaway. I ate that up, and I had these plans to read some books off of my June TBR, and because Hideaway was so good, I diverted from my TBR and I picked up Kill Switch. I couldn't help it. I could not help myself. So now we're reading Kill Switch, and we will definitely be reading the books on my TBR. Here's the thing, I'm a mood reader. I knew this when I did the TBR jar, and I wondered how closely I'd be able to stick to my TBR for the month of June, but I go off of vibes, and the vibe was that I desperately needed to continue the Devil's Night series, so I had to do it. I really don't have anything crazy planned. I'm literally just gonna spend this week outside of work being cozy and reading, and I thought it would be fun if I took you along with me, so that's what we're gonna do. This could be a little bit of a longer video, so please feel free, grab your favorite drink, grab a snack, get cozy, get comfy, and we're gonna read. Now we're 65% of the way through Nightfall. Guys, it's so good. Like, this series is so good. And what's so insane about it is the fact that I literally read Corrupt like a year and a half, 2 years ago. And I liked it. I really didn't feel like I needed to continue the series at the time. Now that I've picked it up again, I'm like, I can't believe that I was missing out on this for so long. I really honestly had every intention of sticking to my TBR this month. I really didn't think that I was gonna divert from it. But I also just didn't expect this series to be as good as it is. I literally have found one of my favorite main male characters, which is so crazy to say because I did not think that I was gonna love this. Like, I thought it was just gonna be like good. I thought it was gonna be like okay, like 3-star, 4-star series, because Corrupt, I think I gave like 3.5 stars. I just felt like at the time, if I was going to pick up a book for my TBR, even if I wanted to read those books, I was literally going to be thinking about this series and Kill Switch the entire time, and I just wasn't going to be able to focus. So I'm so glad that I continued, and now I'm probably going to end up finishing this series tonight, but this is our little confessional moment. I didn't stick to my TBR. But I had such good reason for it because I just found a new favorite series. It is Saturday. Last night I started Older by Jennifer Hartman, and I stayed up till like 1:30 in the morning reading it because I could not put it down. And now we're almost done with it. We're on 85%. So I have not filmed a whole lot reading this book. I will say that I am so surprised at how much I love this. I thought I was gonna enjoy it for like the premise. I do love like a taboo romance from time to time, but oh my god, this is like exceeding my expectations. And I feel like the entire time I've been reading this book, I have been in utter agony. Like, it has been destroying me and making me feel things that I did not think a book like this was gonna make me feel. I thought this was just gonna be like a spicy, fun time. Oh my god. Literally, it is so much more than that. And honestly, Jennifer Hartman, I was not familiar with your game. This has solidified the fact that I'm gonna need to pick up more Jennifer Hartman books because her writing is so good. Her words are so beautiful. And this story, oh, it's so good. It's so good. So we're gonna finish it together, and then I'm not sure what I'm gonna pick up next on my TBR. But honestly, I'm so excited because it's early afternoon on Saturday. We have tonight and we have tomorrow to just continue reading. I'm gonna finish this probably like within the next hour, and then we'll pick something else up. Finished Older. It was so good. It was so good. This took me by surprise. I did not expect to love this book as much as I did. The Devil's Night series is definitely like up there for me. I would say it's probably a 5-star series, even though I did not give every single book in the series 5 stars. I gave Hideaway 4.75 stars. I gave Kill Switch 5 stars, and I gave Nightfall 4.75 stars. And jumping into Older, I will be completely honest, I did not expect to give this 5 stars. I'm still going back and forth on my reading because I don't know. Like, I want to say 4.75 stars, but I guess we'll see in a couple days how I feel about it because literally is so good, and it was not what I expected it to be. Was there spice? Was there angst? Was there yearning? Yes. There was all of those things, and I had such a good time on that front, but it's so much more than you would think. Like, when you hear the tropes, you're like, okay, this is going to be a fun time. It's so much more than you think. I think we're going to give it 4.75 stars. Honestly, we're doing really well. Hopefully the next book I choose is going to also be a 4 or 5 star. I'm trying to figure out which book I want to read next. I'm not really sure exactly what I'm in the mood for now. I'm thinking we might do Just for the Summer because I'm honestly still kind of in the mood for a romance. I kind of just want to jump right into Just for the Summer because I think we'll probably end up finishing that this weekend too. I'm gonna grab myself a drink and then we're gonna jump into Just for the Summer. I have a Kindle version, but I also have the physical copy, and I've been reading on my Kindle a lot, so I kind of want to switch it up and grab the physical copy for now. Yeah, I'm so excited. Like, you know the high that you get when you finish a book that you absolutely fell in love with, and you literally just want to keep riding that high. And I'm hoping that I can keep that feeling going because I definitely don't want to slump. So let's start Just for the Summer. Realization today as I picked up Just for the Summer again that I did not give any type of synopsis about what this book is about. It follows Emma and Justin, and both of them believe that they are cursed because every person that they end up dating, they end up breaking up with, and then that person goes on to find the love of their life, the one, and getting married and living happily ever after. They meet online and they agree to essentially date each other for the summer, and hopefully that will break the curse. So I'm 35% of the way through this book so far, and I'm really enjoying it. I honestly forgot how much I love Abby Jimenez's writing. The witty banter is always like 10 out of 10. I have such a good time, and it was really hard for me to put this down last night, so I'm really excited to jump back into it.
over here on a red eye, got an Uber, and came out to the address you gave me. But when I knocked on...
Okay, so I finished Just for the Summer tonight, and I figured that I would talk about it while I get ready for bed and do my skincare. I think that I'm going to give this book 3.75 stars. I did enjoy it. Like, I ate it up. I finished it within 24 hours. So obviously I enjoyed it, and I was interested in the storyline. I think though, like, I loved Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, and I feel like that hit a little bit harder for me than this book did. As good as I think this book was, like, I think that this book was a very good book. I think that there was a lot of depth to it, more than I expected. So all of that was really good, but for some reason, I found myself having kind of a hard time connecting with the characters. I think the story was a beautiful story. It just didn't like fully touch me. Like, I thought it was a meaningful story and I thought it was beautiful, but I didn't physically feel it. Like, I didn't find myself feeling a lot of emotion reading it. I liked it, and I think it was a solid book. And I liked the characters, but I just didn't love them. Like, I didn't form an attachment to either of them. And I wanted to know what happened, but I can't say that, like, I cared that much, which is really sad to say. So even though it was a book I enjoyed, and I still would recommend this book to other people, I just wasn't in love with it, which is why I'm giving it 3.75 stars. I think that I still really love Abby Jimenez, and I love her writing, and I'm still going to read her other books and more books that she releases as time goes on. But I think this book was just not giving like 5-star feelings at all. I do not know what I'm gonna start next. I think that maybe I might just do Onyx Storm. Literally got Onyx Storm. I pre-ordered Onyx Storm actually, and I got it like the day, or I picked it up I think a day or two after it came out because I was in North Carolina in the mountains. But I have not read it since because I was reading the Throne of Glass series at that time, and I wanted to get through Throne of Glass before I picked up anything else, so it took me quite a while, and now here I am. I still haven't read Onyx Storm, so I think that might be the book that we pick up next and try to read. Okay. Jake interrupted. I'm not gonna lie, I am like a little bit nervous to start Onyx Storm because I feel like it's been so long since I read Iron Flame, and honestly, part of me like wants to go back and read Fourth Wing and then read Iron Flame and then jump back into Onyx Storm because, like I said, it has been a while, and I feel like it would probably help if I just refreshed. But at the same time, like, I just feel like I've been putting it off for so long. Like, I don't know if I want to wait any longer. But the nervousness in me, like, I feel like that's coming from the fact that it has been so long, and I'm like, oh my god, what if it just doesn't hit the same because it's been so long, you know? Part of me is like worried that maybe I put it off too long. But I don't know. I feel like I loved Fourth Wing and I loved Iron Flame. So I don't know why I wouldn't love Onyx Storm. There was also a big part of me that thought about maybe saving Onyx Storm for like the end of the month, and that being like the final book to complete my TBR for June, because that just feels like saving like the best for last, I guess. I don't know. I'm so indecisive, and part of me wanted to just like get into bed tonight and start reading. And I thought that I would just do Onyx Storm. We still do have a few books left on my TBR that I haven't read, but I've been literally reading like a book a night lately. I can't put my Kindle down lately. Like, everywhere I go, I've just been reading. I think we're still going to stick to Onyx Storm, and we'll see how long that takes me. I'm actually really curious to see how long that book is, though, because I don't remember how long Fourth Wing or Iron Flame was. I'm also really, really excited to read the rest of my books on my TBR this month. I feel like I have such a good TBR. After I started the Devil's Night series, I've just been on such a dark romance, taboo romance kick that I think that's also why I was hesitating, and that's why I jumped into older right after I finished Nightfall. a part of me still kind of feels like that's where I am. But I love fantasy so much that I'm sure once I actually get into a fantasy book, that'll be it. That'll be a wrap and I'll be fine. So I'm probably gonna get into bed and pick up Onyx Storm, and we're gonna start it tonight. And I'm so excited. Like I said, I was a little bit nervous, but I'm still really excited to jump in. I miss Xaden and Violet so much. I feel like it's gonna be a good time regardless. Good morning, everyone. I am 85% of the way through Onyx Storm. I've been reading it the last couple days. I've been listening to a lot of it on audiobook, surprisingly, which is so weird because most of the time, if I have like an anticipated read, I do not like to listen to the audiobook. Like, I'm very picky about my audiobooks. Normally, when I listen to something, it has to be like a thriller because that's kind of my favorite thing to listen to. But for whatever reason, while I've been working, I've just been kind of wanting to listen to the audiobook version of Onyx Storm. I've been enjoying it. I don't know. I'm kind of scared to admit that my experience with it was not the same as my experience with Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. And admittedly, Fourth Wing I think is my favorite book in the series. I don't really know if the ending of Onyx Storm is going to change my rating. I don't even know what I'm going to rate it yet. I am really close to finishing it, and we're going to finish it probably within the next hour or two this morning. But it's so weird because I love these characters so much. Like, I have an emotional attachment to Violet and Xaden and Taryn and Andarna. I missed it, you know? I really missed being in this world and I miss these characters. But I'm not finding myself feeling the way I felt when I first read Fourth Wing. And I don't know if I did this to myself. Like, I don't know if this is a me problem because I literally got this book in January. I pre-ordered it the second that you could pre-order it. I put off reading it for so long because I was reading the entire Throne of Glass series and that took me a little while. And now finally I'm reading it, and I don't know if maybe I should have done a reread of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame and then just immediately jumped into Onyx Storm. But because I didn't do that, and because I'm just now getting into Onyx Storm after being out of this world for so long, it's not hitting the same. I hate admitting that. Like, I hate saying that. I don't know if that's going to impact my rating and how I feel. And I do feel like that is partially playing a part in how I feel right now, but I'm just not obsessed with it. I'm invested, like I'm interested in the storyline. I want to know what happens. I love the relationship between Violet and Xaden. I love how much they love each other. I don't know. We're just gonna see. I've already had a first cup of coffee this morning while I was just kind of cleaning and getting ready for the day. And I think I'm gonna grab my second one, and then we're just gonna jump into Onyx Storm and finish it. I don't know what we're gonna read after. I've been in such a dark romance mood lately, but I feel like now I'm kind of like, okay, no, I could probably do another fantasy. We'll have to see how I feel as soon as I finish Onyx Storm. So I'm gonna grab myself another cup of coffee. We're gonna jump back into Onyx Storm and we're gonna finish it. Friends, if you couldn't tell, this is a completely different day. In fact, this is like a few days in the future. Somehow, some way, I finished Onyx Storm and I reviewed it and talked about it directly after I finished it, and I don't know how, but it's just gone. I don't know if I deleted the clip. I don't know what happened, but I wanted to give my review of Onyx Storm since I finished it and I reviewed pretty much every other book that I read in this vlog. Still don't fully know how to like describe how I felt finishing the book. I knew immediately it was not going to be a 5-star. And that was really disappointing. So many people that I saw that read this book absolutely loved it, gave it 5 stars. And I can see maybe why, but for some reason, I just was not connecting this time. I loved Fourth Wing. I think Fourth Wing is still my favorite book in the series. For whatever reason with Onyx Storm, I don't know. I felt like I kept coming out of it a little bit. I did start to get more invested the more that I read, but I never felt like 5-star feelings with it. Part of me thinks that the reason why I didn't love it as much as I thought I would is probably because I didn't reread Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. I feel very conflicted about my rating for this book, and part of me honestly thinks that I just need to do a complete Empyrean reread where I reread Fourth Wing, I reread Iron Flame, and then I go into Onyx Storm, be just a little bit more refreshed, because I think that that did play a part in why I just didn't love it as much as I thought I would. I still love the characters so much. Like, I still love Violet, I still love Xaden, I still love Andarna and Taryn, and even all the side characters, and I miss the world so much. But for some reason, when I was in it, I still felt like I was needing something else that I wasn't getting. The biggest thing that I did love about this book is the love that Violet and Xaden have for each other. It's completely unconditional. You can feel the passion. There was never a point where I was really bored reading it either. I just didn't feel how I felt when I first read Fourth Wing, where I was like dying to turn the page. It could partially be on me and the fact that I waited so long to pick it up, and it's been so long since I read Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. It's still a book that I enjoyed, and I did end up giving it 3.75 stars. I think maybe my rating could change upon a reread. Maybe I just need to take some time away from it and then go back and read the entire series and see how I feel. I think part of it is honestly just timing. I wish that I would have just read it in January along with a reread of the rest of the books. I'm definitely going to pick up the next book in the series. I'm definitely going to read the entire series. There's no way that I'm not. I also got curious and I looked the reviews up on Goodreads just to see what everyone else was saying about it. It kind of seems like people either absolutely loved it or they did not like it at all. There was a lot of people who seemingly felt the way that I did, where it just felt like something was kind of missing. No, I'm not the only one in this, but I do think that I just need to reread it. But I just wanted to pop in and actually give my review because I couldn't end the video without doing that. Let's go back to the actual vlog. Okay, friend, it is the next day. I picked up Powerless yesterday and started reading it. I think I'm like 3 chapters in. I don't even want to say this out loud, but I feel like I can feel myself starting to enter a slump. Like, I feel like I'm slumping a little bit, and I don't want that to happen. I am literally at the end of the month. We're nearing the finish line, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to stick to my TBR. I was thinking yesterday we have Verity, Legendborn, Nightingale, and Powerless. And honestly, I thought that Powerless would be a good pick because I still am kind of like in the mood for something more romance heavy. I don't know. And I don't want to do a disservice to any of these books by picking them up at the wrong time if I'm just not in the mood to read them right now, which is not good because that is a good chunk of my TBR. I feel like I'm just being drawn to either like a quick like fluffy romance or a dark romance. I don't know if I can do fantasy romance right now, which is so crazy to say, but I think I need something different. Part of me is like, I should just pick out something that like I feel like is gonna hit right now. I've been thinking about these books since I got them. I have had the Gold Rush Ranch series on my mind for the last couple days, and I've been thinking about how I can't wait to pick it up and get into it because I've only ever read the Chestnut Springs series by Elsie Silver, and for some reason lately I've been craving a cowboy romance. Elsie Silver writes the best male characters, hands down, bar none. Like, I just feel like I need that. Like, I feel like this is gonna be the perfect palate cleanser. So I think we're gonna do Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. I literally finished the Chestnut Spring series in like 2 days. That's almost embarrassing to admit, but I could not put it down. I don't know what she puts in her books. Whatever it is, it's addictive. I think that I'm honestly going to enjoy this. Like, I think this is exactly what I'm in the mood for. Depending on how long it takes me to finish this, we might jump back into the TBR. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to feel. But right now, this is exactly what I need. This is like right up my alley, and I'm so excited to start it. So I think I'm just going to jump into it now, and then we'll see how I feel after. What it is that Elsie Silver does. This is my 6th Elsie Silver book, and it does not disappoint. I know that if I pick up an Elsie Silver book, it's gonna hit. Every single book in the Chestnut Spring series I absolutely loved. I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about Off to the Races because honestly, Vaughn was not my favorite. He has grown on me. I'm over halfway through the book now. I've been reading all day. Now I'm starting to see the appeal because at first I did not love him. By now, I'm pretty sure that every book she writes, I'm just gonna end up loving.
One, to the sidewalk. One of my heels doesn't clear the curb, so I grip the pole of a no park.
Hi, good morning. It's the next day, and I finished Off to the Races last night, and I just finished Verity this morning. Well, it's technically afternoon. So let's talk about it. Off to the Races, I gave 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it. Like, I had a good time, obviously, because I ate it up. I finished it in literally a day. I think honestly any Elsie Silver book is going to be like that for me. Basically, it follows Vaughn, who is a ranch owner who's currently dealing with the fallout from a scandal that his grandfather was involved in, and he's really concerned about his ranch and the family business. So he ends up hiring this horse trainer named Billy. Long story short, they don't get along. It's very much kind of Grumpy Sunshine. I think in comparison to the Chestnut Springs series, it just didn't hit as hard. I think it's partially just I wasn't obsessed with the characters. I really did not like Vaughn. I still had a good time. I read it so quickly. I think Elsie Silver just isn't capable of really writing a bad book per se, at least in my experience thus far. But I just wasn't in love with it the way that I was in love with pretty much every book in the Chestnut Springs series. Every book in the Chestnut Springs series for me was 4 or 5 stars. Vaughn just is not my favorite MMC. I think he progressively got better. Towards the end of the book, he became more likable, I guess, but I still wouldn't say that like I love him. Billy, I really did like. I loved her spunk and her fiery attitude, but I'm not gonna lie, the emotional immaturity that both of these characters very obviously struggle with was driving me a little bit insane. And I think that's also why it just didn't get a super high rating out of me. But nonetheless, 3.5 stars. I did have a good time. I did enjoy it. And I'm honestly really excited to continue the Gold Rush Ranch series. So then I jumped into Verity. I listened to it on audio. It's really short, like 5 or 6 hours. It's strange because I wanted to know what was going to happen in this book. It is very disturbing and made me angry a lot of the time that I was listening to it. I didn't necessarily love any of the characters. I had a hard time rooting for Lo. Lo didn't necessarily feel like a protagonist to me. Verity follows Lo and Ashley, who is essentially a struggling writer. And basically she gets hired to be a ghostwriter for Verity Crawford, who was recently in a really bad accident and ends up being incapacitated. She's hired by Verity's husband. He basically just wants her to finish and complete the remaining books in Verity's popular book series. She ends up discovering this manuscript written by Verity that has some really insane things in it, and it kind of just spirals from there. I think that this is probably a 3-star. I know for a lot of people too, this is like their favorite Colleen Hoover book. I thought that the twist was gonna be better, but at the same time, it was good enough to have me continuing it. I didn't DNF it, and I was really curious to find out what was gonna happen at the end of the book. I just wasn't obsessed with it. I feel like I have read better thrillers. I think I'm gonna end the video here. If you've read any of these books, let me know what you thought of them in the comments below, and please drop some recommendations of what I should read next. If you made it this far, please consider giving the video a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel because there will definitely be more content to come. Thanks so much for hanging out and reading with me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!